it's the SpongeDudes. This is Babbage.
It's me, Tommy.
Hey on.
I am SpongeTron.
Everything is chrome.
Alright, well, it's the SpongeDudes. And we're going to come here to talk to you about SpongeBob. And this time, the episode that we're going to talk about is the Texas and Walking Small episode. We're almost done with season 1. We didn't think we'd make it this far. You probably didn't think that we'd make it this far.
What are you talking about?
Here we are.
What are you talking about?
Here we
Nonsense.
are. And we're going to scrape our way through this one as well. So, let's go. So we're going to start off with, as Noah just said, the episode titled Tex Ass.
Fix that.
This is one of the all-time classics. Everyone quotes the Texas song all the time, right?
Wish I was home in Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, we all we all quoted. We all sing it just as well as she did. So the synopsis is Sandy.
Everybody cried to her singing, so it must be great.
The synopsis is Sandy comes down with a case of the blues, and SpongeBob is determined to find out why and what he can do about it. The cure proves a little more challenging than expected when it turns out Sandy is homesick for good old Texas and plans to go back home. SpongeBob and friends decide to bring a little bit of Texas right to Bikini Bottom. So just right off the bat, they're on the beach and they're doing like sandcastle shit, and then she karate chops a pile, like a poo pile of sand, to reveal that it is in the shape of Texas.
Yeah.
You did bring up a good point though, because Houston floods a lot. Remember the wave?
Oh yeah, like her pile of sand that is in the shape of Texas gets washed away by a big wave, and we obviously made a flooded Houston joke because we're timely and we're good people. We have a lot of sympathy between all 4 or 5 of us, whoever's here.
Well, what's to like about dumb old Texas?
Right.
Can I say people from Texas are dumb?
Don't get ahead of yourself here, Jackson. This is a big part of the show, of the episode.
Oh, shit.
I really like the Texas song. I mean, there's a lot of there's 2 minutes of stuff in between the opening and the Texas song, but the Texas song is really where it takes off. She rips it on the guitar, man. Just a real slash in the squirrel world.
Yeah.
I did like the pictures they showed of Texas, behind her, and then of her in Texas, like a real squirrel doing
Like a
the
stuffed
things.
squirrel.
Must have taken 5 minutes to put all that together.
Have you ever seen Dinner for Schmucks? They just hired that guy to do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Didn't they make 30 of those movies? No,
No.
I'm thinking of Meet the Fockers. That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
there you go.
Same
Not the
difference.
same movie, actually.
Same difference, though. Just like Texas and stupid.
That's not the reference, but sure. What is the difference, though? So Patrick decides that you could just bring, or Patrick just says you can't just bring Texas here, and then SpongeBob is like, "Oh wait, that's a great idea, Patrick. Your genius is showing," and then Patrick instantly reaches for his gonads to cover them. So confirmed, Patrick's got balls.
Yes.
Maybe that's
Got
just
a
his
penis.
nickname for his pee-pee.
This is genius.
Yeah.
He's at his smartest when it's fully erect.
Nice.
Your genius is showing.
Would it just be another starfish arm?
Yes.
It's got the sucker, so you can't get out away from it. You know, has the whole.
Patrick, your genius is showing.
Where?
Texas is showing.
So then they are going up to talk to Sandy. She starts crying, and then she's like, "I'm just gonna leave." And then she gets on a bus, and they're like, "What's so great about dumb old Texas?" And the bus stops and reverses and comes back. And she does say that again. And somehow, SpongeBob's dense skull understands that this is how he's going to get her to go to the Krabby Patty, where they have set up a secret party for her to celebrate Texas. This is where we get our iconic meme. Actually, there's a few in this episode, but this is the first one where SpongeBob is shaped like Texas. And he says, "What am I now?"
Stupid.
Patrick
No, I'm
answers,
Texas.
"Stupid."
What's the difference?
There you go. Just
That's
a
good.
real good all-time classic from the show.
Oh yeah.
They start running away from her because they realize that they're in a little bit of danger because she thinks that they're actually making fun of Texas, and she has anger issues she needs to go see somebody about. And while they're running away, they decide to make fun of Texas some more. Well, SpongeBob's kind of passed off on that, but Patrick is having a good time and kind of gets sucked into it. His teeth. He has like the 4 dumb person teeth that are like all different angles while he's running with his head
Oh,
tilted fully back.
Can
I
I,
really
say that plants from Texas are dumb?
Oh, Patrick, I think that's enough.
Oh god, she's getting on his ass!
Then you get
Literally
another
gets
meme.
nuked.
Yeah, you get the other meme where she lassos one of them and sucks them back, and then he explodes. That's the Patrick in a mushroom cloud.
Good.
It is definitely a good meme. And then they get to the Krusty Krab. Well, SpongeBob does. And he grabs a hold of the door, but Sandy's got him like lassoed to his other arm, so she's pulling him apart. And I noticed that SpongeBob couldn't open the door, which means that the Krusty Krab is breaking a fire code because doors have to open outwardly in case of an emergency. That way, if people are holding the door shut, you can push them open versus like pull or whatever. So yeah. Like if people like shoved up against it, that way they can get out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, Mr. Krabs is skimping on fire code, although it's just reversing the hinges on that door. But or maybe it's because it's shaped like a crab trap. It's made so they can't leave.
Oh.
Believes they spend more money.
There you go. You have to buy a salad bar, $1 salad bar.
Salad.
And then, like, the front of the store gets ripped off because Sandy rips SpongeBob off of the door, which reveals, like, a bunch of people standing there. And I noticed that Flats was there, like, at Sandy's party. And then looking at the trivia on IMDb, it says that this is the first appearance of Flats the Flounder. So, pretty interesting there.
which one is Flats?
He's
He's
the one that
SpongeBob, I'm going to kick your butt.
Oh,
I'm gonna kick your butt.
Yeah, he's the bully. I'm going to kick your butt even harder. And then I liked all the Texas stuff that they did at the actual party.
what was it?
The
It was like
barbecue.
The Barney Q or whatever, where it had like a barnacle that was like poking them.
And
a
then
can of peas in a pie.
Yeah,
Peas in
pecan
a
pie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even a
And
can
then
pie.
the 10-gallon hat. That was a good
Yeah, I
one.
like the ting on that because I like
That was a good one.
Patrick's head inside of the 10-gallon hat.
Those are 5 gallons.
You're right; those are not 10 gallons. But yeah, overall, actually, a pretty enjoyable episode. Lots of memes. It took a little while to get going.
I was laughing a good bit throughout the
Yeah.
entire episode.
Yeah, I remember this
Yeah.
being one of my favorite episodes as a kid. This is a good one.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Shows
It
to
does take a little
appreciate your friends and to do things for your friends.
Yeah, actually, like it felt like
Texas.
this is like one of the first episodes to like teach something.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually that you can like decipher and learn, not just like don't invade your friend's dreams. It's like,
But
Anyone talks
obviously,
bad about Texas, kick the shit out of them.
beat the shit out of them. Yeah, exactly. That's the lesson I learned. apparently, according to trivia again, this is the episode that reveals Sandy is from Texas. This hasn't been said before.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting.
He hasn't said anything about it?
I thought they said like the squirrel from Texas or Texas
I
squirrel
like
or
the
something.
very first one that she said that, but apparently on IMDb, I'm not gonna tell you if that's true or not. I'm just gonna share the trivia I read.
Hey.
I don't do that.
And honestly, I mean, that was a pretty good episode. I don't know if we have anything else to add. That pretty much brings us to the end of Texas, which means it's going to break off from the rest of the United States with Mexico still attached and float down to the Antarctic Circle.
Nice.
Which one? South Pole? Is that Antarctica or is that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up north?
The North Pole. The Arctic Sea, which
So,
is frozen, usually.
well, I thought there was like another one up top, like another country.
There's not
Continent.
actual land there.
All right. Interesting. Well, there we go. Well, it's all flat anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ah, the truth comes out.
The
Yeah,
middle
so
of the
Texas
Earth,
will
not the
just
top.
float off the edge of the world,
Go to space.
Good riddance, I say.
off of the turtle, off the back of the turtle, and then into nothingness, to be swallowed by the
Obviously
deadlights.
into our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
John Old Texas.
So yeah, that's the end of Texas, as I said, and let's go on to Walking Small, which is kind of related to Texas, right? Is that not where that story takes place? Here we are back again to talk about Walking Small. All of us are 7 feet tall, so we actually can't really, relate to the idea of this episode. But
Yeah, we're all so huge.
we're gonna try. Yeah, I mean, we're 7 feet tall. We weigh 700 pounds. I mean, we're big guys.
100 pounds a foot. That's the rule to be in this club.
Exactly. We have to keep it even too. You gotta throw up on camera if you're not like within that area. So
Or stuff. Peanut butter sandwiches down here,
that's right.
depending on the
Or
weight
up your
balance.
butt, so that way you don't poop them out as fast.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Works
gotta
for
tape
me.
it closed.
Tape it close, Christ. So anyway, Walking Small, the synopsis is the evil Plankton is up to no good once again when he tries to manipulate SpongeBob into becoming aggressive and mean in order to get more out of life. SpongeBob discovers that just because people obey you, they don't necessarily respect you. Besides, it's just more fun to be nice to people and have them like you. I feel like that's a big spoiler for the episode. Like that just describes the episode. Like, I know it's like a synopsis, but like the other ones always like tell you like what's going to happen and then not the resolution. This is literally including the resolution in it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of telling me what to think there. What if I want to interpret it differently?
Rip.
Ooh.
Because plankton.
Like that.
So much.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
When he's there and he goes, "You'll all see." So, hang on.
Greeting as
It's exactly that.
beachgoers.
It's just his speech.
You'll all
His-
see.
his vernacular
You
makes me
all
laugh.
see.
So he's trying to clear the beach of the patrons because he bought the beach to build a new mega bucket, Krusty Krab, or not
First-
Krusty Krab, a chum bucket.
Oh, first of all, no, that's bullshit. He doesn't get any business. How is he able to open that?
How does he
his
keep the chum
parents are
bucket running?
rich.
Yeah.
He went to college,
No
so when you go to college,
Oh, right.
you just get
he went
money
to
given to
college.
you.
He went to college, right.
Yeah, you just
I
get money
went to
given to you.
college.
So maybe he's one of the stock market bros, just like he's playing the GameStop stock.
Nice.
Yeah, he's still got some. He's playing the long con,
Doing something to afford real estate on Bikini Bottom Row right
And
there
a-
with all the businesses.
and a robot wife.
Because
Those aren't cheap. Let me tell you.
Holographic meatloaf. My favorite.
Then we get a so he's doing the he wants to get everyone to leave, and he's on a megaphone like telling them all to get out using such good vocabulary. And all I can say is such and very. So there we are. And no one understands what he's saying because it sounds like little squeak words because he's small. Good joke.
Like the lifeguard
there's a
looks
fart
through it
cam
and then
for
starts
you.
shaking
Nice.
it.
So then we get the meme of SpongeBob walking, which is what you say every time you get on the beach.
Stepping on the beach.
Stepping on the beach. Every time I step on the beach, that's the first thing I say. And I can't stop it. It's like one of those word vomit things. You know?
I'm not the only one.
So then SpongeBob goes get ice cream. And then like people cut in line, and you have this eel that's like standing behind him, like to get the ice cream, and he goes through SpongeBob to get the ice cream, and then like sucks the rest of his body through. And I made the comment that maybe that felt great for SpongeBob, to which Jackson said SpongeBob got his holes eeled. I wrote that one down because I really enjoyed that.
Nice.
Hey, you got your holes eeled recently? Let me tell you.
Don't squeaky clean after I got my holes healed.
God. Sounds like running a pipe cleaner through your body.
A sentient pipe cleaner.
You'll see. You'll all see.
Which Plankton witnesses him, SpongeBob getting passed in line. He's like, I can teach him how to be mean. And so then he sits on the bench, and then SpongeBob comes and sits and talks to him. Hang on, I gotta fart again. Hang on, here we go.
Fart, Mike. Fart, Mike. Fart. Yeah.
Dude, gross.
Yeah.
I hope it was
There's a
there.
fart
Now you get pink eye, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit in that. So they're sitting on the bench, and
Is there a smell?
oh yeah, oh yeah. And Plankton's talking to SpongeBob, and he's like, let me help you become more assertive, and you'll get more things in life. And SpongeBob is just chilling. He's just along for the ride. Plankton's going to use him because he's a bigger person than Plankton to clear the beach. Which really, you could have just asked the opposite of SpongeBob, and SpongeBob would have done it anyway. Yeah. But obviously, Plankton doesn't watch the show, so...
Yeah.
And then we get the guy sitting on SpongeBob, and Plankton's like, "This is a perfect opportunity." And SpongeBob
Be
like pokes his
assertive.
finger. Yeah, he's like, "Be assertive,"
No,
and then he
not.
pokes his finger in the guy's pocket. And he goes, "Not assertive." And then SpongeBob does not pass the first test there of getting the guy to get off of him. The guy just gets up because he wants to. We did happen to pass over a very important part that I wanted to go back to, and that's when Plankton shares the ice cream cone with SpongeBob, like the extra ice cream cone that he had. And SpongeBob, yeah,
Dude, he is going in on that.
Yeah.
Dude.
my exact
Oh god.
verbiage was SpongeBob tongue punching that cone fart box.
Hold on, I'm doing my beer. I wish I had my camera on.
It's a multi-stage assault, dude. He crunches it. He licks out its whole ice creamy butthole. He fucking does the...
Shoving his fingers in his mouth.
He has it all over his
Oh,
face.
it's on that
He's
one.
just like running his tongue.
helicopter
Oh,
tongues
yeah.
his own. Yeah.
It was a little much, but it was also really funny. So
Must have been some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you think he would have fought for it more than whenever people broke in line.
He's just that nice of a guy.
Maybe that
What
made him
can we
that more
say?
much more desperate for it then, because they all took it from him. So then you see the eel walking away. This is after SpongeBob has told this guy, and asked him not to sit on him. And Plankton's like, "Hey, you should go confront that guy for stealing your ice cream cone." And
Hey, you can have that ice cream.
hey, you stole that ice cream.
Surrender that ice cream cone, or every waking moment,
No, you missed.
or you
missed
will become a swirling torrent of pain and misery.
the part where he goes, "Now let him have it," which is also
You can have it.
You can have it. And then
Wait, who
and then
said
Plankton, and Plankton jumps inside of SpongeBob's mouth, and it does all that stuff where he's like threatening him. He says, "Hey, pencil neck," and the guy goes, "Huh?"
Oh, yeah.
He just turns around. He
Wait,
knows.
who said that?
It's like the episode of Always Sunny, whenever Frank saves Mac's life from the falling piano by saying,
Oh no!
Look out!
by saying, "Look out, F word, gay slang," and everyone knows that they're talking about Mac, even the little kid.
A random child with a balloon.
But yeah, so that this guy just walks around in life knowing that he is pencil neck, you know.
No, I don't, that's not, just kidding.
Then Plankton realizes that he's gonna have to do a slightly different tact. So he changes, and he's talking about SpongeBob being a stand-up guy. He's never gonna understand it.
What's the deal with airline food?
Yeah, SpongeBob says, "What about airline food?"
See, Plankton, I can be a stand-up guy.
When I rewatch Seinfeld, he never makes like a joke about that. Why is he associated with that?
I don't know.
Unless like his actual stand-up, he says that. But
Maybe.
I've never watched it, so I don't know.
Stand-up.
No,
Than the
I've only
piss.
seen the show.
Oh, it's
two
really
times
good.
through.
You should watch it all. It's really good.
I've heard Bill Cosby's pretty funny.
Oh. Yep.
Another timely reference from the SpongeDudes.
Something pudding pop.
Exactly.
So then SpongeBob is just like, you know what, I'm going to be... He's a jerk, and then gets people to drive away. I don't remember how's he a jerk?
So, Plankton says, or after that, he's like, nope, I'm done, SpongeBob, and he grabs the doll, or his clothes that he packed for the beach for some reason, and a doll, and picks up the doll, and he goes, Mama! And he's like, no, Plankton, I can be assertive. Watch this. And he's like, all right, go to that beach, because all these, what does he say, these cretinous beachgoers are hogging up all your sun. And he goes out there, and he starts fanning his towel around, all of them scamper away. And he goes and pulls his front tooth.
He calls them
Use
beach hogs.
No, beach hogs.
He pulls out his front tooth and he boomerangs it through the kites. I remember now, yeah. And then he eats all the hot dogs with his tongue, just like...
Like a toad, dude.
I hated that.
And then Larry the Lobster accidentally kicks his volleyball over there. And SpongeBob
Made me
destroys
actually
it.
feel bad for some reason.
Guess we'll just go home.
And then SpongeBob was like, I don't want to be mean, I want to be nice. So then he does like the opposites. He like pulls the kites back down and like places them in place. And like the kids running up and just grabbing a hold of it. I really enjoyed that bit. I don't know why.
And
then he's like,
hot
this-
dogs.
Oh, I hated that. He unrolls his tongue. He like shuffles around in there.
Yeah.
And then unrolls his tongue and then pull like with his mouth closed, and then throws like the hot dogs back out, and they grab them and eat them. They don't even think about it.
I'm like, ugh. I love when he grabs the kites and runs back, and they're just sitting there floating.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then he's like that goes up to the guy who's surfing, and he's like, "Oh, what's wrong? My surfboard broke.
My surfboard broke. I hit a reef, dude." Oh.
And then he lets him surf on him, and you see his little butt cheeks when he becomes a surfboard. The little girl crying because her ice cream cone's all sandy. He takes the ice cream, he just palms it,
and uses
the
butterfly
eyelashes
kisses,
to dust it off.
Butterfly kisses.
I hated that so much. Everything he did was not helpful. It was gross. And then all the people come running back, and Plankton's like, "Oh no!" And then they step on him, and he's like screaming. And in the middle of him screaming, he goes, "Oh!" Like they, like they popped him just right, like a chiropractor.
Where did that foot go?
Oh, you think it wasn't like that? You think it was more like a
Do you think it went on his genius or?
His plank.
Oh yeah, it's all over his genius. He likes to be dominated.
By
And
his
that's pretty
computer
much
wife,
it. And
Karen.
he gives up and I guess goes away. I don't know. Whatever.
Something like that.
Even though he legally bought the land and could just have a court order.
Did he actually buy it, or is he just?
Well,
pay
he
for
acts
it?
like he did. I don't think he would just try and build there. Although I guess I could be incorrect.
Who wants to play volleyball?
Do you think kids would be into
Yeah,
that?
and they make SpongeBob the
Like,
ball.
let's take them to court.
I would love a court episode of
But like a
SpongeBob.
serious episode.
Yeah, with the sound effects from Law and Order and everything. Dun dun. Yeah, I need that now. Actually, Go
The
ahead and
man's
start making that.
feces is 10 weeks old. Looks like this shit is getting old.
He sticks a finger in it and then sucks on it. Just like he does the ice cream,
Fucking
exactly.
Ice cream, dude.
Nice.
I'll go ahead and tell you guys the IMDb rating, and then we can pick our favorite parts and give our own rating.
It has to be high.
It's not
Ooh,
8.4
can
out
I-
of 10. Well, hang on, 8.4 out of 10.
Damn, dude. I
It's
was going to
high.
say 8.8 out of 10, dude.
That would have been pretty good. It's high, but it's not like as high. Like the last one we did was like 9. or
Yeah,
something.
some of the other episodes haven't been as good. I love every episode of SpongeBob. I'll never say a SpongeBob episode is bad.
But I'm saying
but-
like even like the
yeah.
higher one.
This is a good one, though. Why
Yeah,
is it
no, I
so
think this-
low?
I agree. I think this ranks up there with us. Whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I'll give it like 4.7 squished volleyballs out of 5.
Damn it.
Oh, are you gonna take here? I'll take it back. Hot dogs out of 5 hot dogs.
Well, now he has to
It
come
was,
up
it
with
was
2
good.
more,
It was
you
a
know?
great one. I remember it as a child
No,
very
it
vividly.
specifically has to be regurgitated hot dogs.
Yeah, regurgitated hot dogs. I took a minute to look around my. Well, never. But yes, great episode. Great episode.
Do you have a favorite bit?
Whenever they're running and he's like, just talking shit about Texas, and then he immediately goes, "Oh, SpongeBob, she's getting on us." It's a great part. And then whenever he comes back, all hog-tied up to the Krusty
Oh
Krab.
yeah, like bounces back
And
with
then
his hands
obviously
and
the
feet tied
10-gallon
behind him.
hat. 10-gallon hat was a great one. That was funny. It was very funny.
CSI Miami, what you got for us?
Yeah, I had lots of favorite moments, but one we didn't really go over was in the first episode when it's somewhere between Sandy getting on the bus and the beginning of the episode where they like catch a jellyfish and then they let it go and they're just going in on how it gets to go home and be with its friends, and Sandy's just progressively like getting depressed and starting to cry. It
Yeah.
just continue like, oh, he gets to go be cozy.
They're like, "Go home, you little critter! This isn't where you live, you stupid animal."
This isn't where you belong.
Go, be with your friends. Go.
Yeah, that was a good moment. Overall, very, very good episode. I'll give it. Let's see. What's my unit of measurement on this particular
What do
day?
you want it to be?
I'll give it 93 out of.
Tommy usually does the Spongies
Yeah.
out of 5, so 93, pretty good.
Okay.
Wow! Bam! Damn!
Fly.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Buzz.
Yeah, I love this episode. Both parts were really good, but I love Plankton. He's my favorite character, so anytime there's an episode where he's like a central character, I tend to love. So I'd probably give this 4.8 Spongies out of 5.
A lot of sponges.
Possibly my highest rating, I think.
I think it sounds like it. What about a favorite part?
Oh, my favorite part is like when Plankton was talking about, like in the beginning of the episode, he was like, "Before I can get the mega chum bucket built, I must clear the beach of these cretinous beach goers." But it's becoming increasingly obvious. I can't deny it anymore. I am small.
That was a good bit. I actually agree this episode is better than 8.4. I don't know what they're on about. It's a 9.1 out of 10, and the 10 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Ant-Man 3 Quantumania smashed together. So those two movies together,
Ant-Man.
9.1 out of 10. I haven't seen either one of them, obviously.
Guardian Man.
They're not out when we made this, but here we go. And I'd say my favorite bit was probably stepping on the beach because I quote that all the time. Like, I can't. I'm saying like impulsive every time I get on the beach. But
I'm pretty sure last time we went to the beach, you said that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I was very drunk that entire week, but yes, I remember.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to say whatever comes to mind. Yeah. Which is fine. But also like Plankton, like I caught this time Plankton going, "Ooh," when he gets stepped on. So I really enjoyed that part. I thought that was goofy.
Ooh.
All right, and that was SpongeBob SquarePants episode 18, Texas and Walking Small. Any final closing remarks, guys?
Overall, great episode.
This is my favorite episode as of right now.
Even more so than the last one that we did, ARG and whatever the other one was.
Yeah.
ARG and Rock Bottom. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's kind of pretty good for me. I think I agree. So you said you like Plankton. That's your favorite character. He's probably him and Patrick are probably my two favorites.
Yeah.
I think we're starting to get into the episodes of SpongeBob that's like, this is where they found like their tempo, if that makes sense. Because like every other episode was kind of like, or at least in the first season, it's all experimental episodes and shit, and then it kind of follows like the same pattern in a lot of the episodes. At least that's what I feel like.
We're still in season 1.
I know, that's what I mean.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every season after this, but besides like the modern day ones, I don't know if they're good or not. I haven't watched any of them. But I know that like season 1 through like at least 7 are like my favorite seasons. So I feel like it's
we've got 2 left of season 1. But like this one felt like an earlier episode too because of like the Plankton and like Sandy like characterizations. Like we get more of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's like they made like 10 and then like they stretched out some of the other ones to be like the not so good ones, like Hall or let's see, which ones do we not like? Naughty Nautical Neighbors and Boating School. I mean, that one was fine, right?
I laughed at all the episodes.
But some of them like we didn't really like.
Yeah,
like,
the Valentine's Day and it's pair episode. We're not particularly
Chaperone Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
I love Chaperone. That was funny.
Bubble Stand and Rip Pants.
When
I know
he's
those
like
are
looking over
considered
the
classics,
juice
but like
in his...
I don't know. Anyway, I agree with you. I feel like this is like their stride, and then like season 2 is where they like hone in on like the episodes that were really good, like the 10 or so in this first season, and then they kind of like make all that season 2 and 3.
How many episodes do we have left in season 1?
2 more.
2?
Yep.
Oh shit! You hear that?
Next one is the April Fool's episode, so we're gonna review it early, unfortunately. But that was the. And then the last one, of course, is Hooky and Mermaid and Barnacle Boy 2.
Mermaid Manacle Boy.
So with that, just tune in next week if you want to hear us talk about those episodes. At least one of them. We won't do both. You'll have to tune in the next week if you want to hear the other one.
Aye.
And that's how we get you to keep coming back every week.
A pirate doesn't say okie dokie. He says arg.
You have to quote this episode for us to end it. Perfect. That's it.
There you go.
Right. Spongies, we'll see you later.
Stepping on the beach.
Great place in the world. Oh, no. It's a beach
Beach balls.